Hello, and welcome to
Socially Unsocial. I'm Patty.
And I'm Danielle.
And we're your hosts.
I'm like so thrown off right now because it's like dark behind you.
It is the weirdest thing. Have we ever recorded at night?
Nope.
Like both a White Claw in. Cheers.
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 Oh, yeah. So we're not high-fiving each other today. We're cheersing each other today.
I'm not gonna lie. I like that better.
Yeah. So much better.
Not that I was a fan of the high five to begin with, so nobody's surprised that I like it.
No, I was really trying to make it stick.
Have you been doing it?
No, I have not.
I know. Okay, also, I thought of you today. I was at the gym, and then afterward, I saw this girl, like, heavy breathing and whatever in the cold plunge. I was like, is she still doing the cold plunge?
No, you're the second person that's asked me this week. I'm like, no. Since we got back from Costa Rica, I have not done it.
But you were doing it up until then? I mean, it was cold out.
Yes, I was consistent from November, pretty much Thanksgiving, up until we left for Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. And then when we came back, I was just not really focused, and then it got really cold.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to start last week, and then I didn't because again it was cold. And then I was like, oh, I'll do it this week. And then I feel like this week is just feeling like I don't have time. I don't have time for it. I don't have 5 minutes.
Not a priority. No, it's absolutely not a priority to literally plunge into freezing cold water. I don't blame you.
I think when daylight savings happens in a couple weeks.
I think that's this weekend.
No, I think it's next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. I asked someone at the gym today. I'm like, is it this week or next week? She's like, I think it's next week. And I'm like, okay. But when it gets...
By the time this airs, it's the day after daylight savings.
It's on a Tuesday?
No. Because we're going to air this on the 10th, right? Right?
Yeah, but...
And the daylight savings time is on the 9th. That's Sunday.
So it is this weekend.
It's this weekend.
Oh, man, that's going to fuck me up so bad.
Oh, no. Didn't we just have a daylight savings situation? Yeah. Wasn't that literally like 2 weeks ago? And we were not okay for a solid 2 weeks.
I feel like the winter one is worse because it just gets dark. So maybe this one would be better. I mean, they say because you lose an hour now because you spring ahead. So on Saturday at 2 a.m, it will be 3 a.m.
Listen, life's too short. I don't need to be losing any hours, especially not the sleeping ones. Do you remember when we used to work and I would work on daylight savings?
That was the worst because it's like, now you're like, you thought you were almost done.
Who are these crazy assholes that are staying out at the bars till 4 a.m. on daylight savings? You know what? I don't think I would ever be able to function at my age if I stayed up like I used to and partied, and the energy, my social battery after speaking for 25 minutes to somebody is depleted, let alone literally 5 hours in a bar. How did we do that? And we danced? I mean, what?
Age, man. Age really... I think that if I was sober and didn't drink any alcohol and was up until 4 a.m. and had to get up at 7, I think I'd be okay. But I feel like alcohol, even if it was like 1 or 2 drinks, would throw me for a tizzy.
Like we'd be spiraling. We're not okay.
Sunday night, Jay was working, and it was like a long week of work. And then Sunday, I had a bridal shower.
Oh,
and
I love showers. Did they open gifts?
No, they didn't.
Oh, you must have loved it.
I was so happy. It was great though, because with the people who sent them to their house, they made a slideshow of all of the stuff and then who it was from. So I thought that was such a great idea. So you were seeing it as you were sitting there and socializing, like the wine glasses and who they're from.
Wow.
So I think
that's
that
above and beyond.
That would incentivize more people to like have it delivered directly to the house. Like not only don't you have to carry it, but now you don't have to carry it home from there and like walk it upstairs or whatever the case may be. It's just so awesome.
Yeah, that's really nice but I do love that feeling of being like, can I have a cart? When you're like leaving your venue and you're like carting out like the birthday gifts. So my boys we always go to this gymnastics place, which I'm obsessed with. And we've done a few parties there, and I am not an organized person, but when it comes to gifts and thank you notes, like I want to go through it. I want to write my little list of what everybody gave. They throw bags and cards and tissues and all of these things in a garbage bag, a black garbage bag. And then they send it out with you, and then Mike throws it in the back of the SUV. By the time we get home, it's jumbled. We don't know what cards go with what. And not like it really matters, because at least the boys are older, and they're not like the one baby shower, the one bridal shower event. but I hate it. I want them in the cart, or yes, sent to the house. Like, I don't know. I mean, we don't do that for birthday parties, but it's easier that way.
Well, I feel like kids deserve to open up presents and like while they're young, let them be youthful, you know? But like
totally.
When you're 30, 40 years old and you're getting married, you've opened up enough gifts.
You don't need to do it in front of a whole room, especially
right.
now.
Most people hate opening up gifts in front of people.
Mm-hmm. I like watching it. I like watching it. I remember at mine, I was like sweating. It's like, it's a lot. The last baby shower I went to was with my friend Shannon. And it was for our friend Chelsea, who's having her first baby, and she's having a little boy. Now he's 2 months old, so he's the cutest thing ever. But at the time of the shower, she was kind of sweating. The sun from the sunlight was like beaming on her. And at first I was like, oh, she's glowing. And then a few gifts in, I was like, somebody get this girl a fan. Like, I felt so bad because, like you're pregnant and you're large and now you have to open gifts. And it is like a workout for sure, opening gifts.
Well, especially baby shower. Like at that point, most people do it, like 2 months before you're due usually?
Yeah, like 30-ish weeks maybe. I don't know.
So it's like, can you imagine, like, or I mean, you can because you've been pregnant 3 times, but like being pregnant and like having to lug these gifts. I mean, I'm sure your husband or whoever does it, but still, like, just the idea. Like, I'm like, technology is caught up to us. Like, let's take advantage of it. And if we piss off Granny in the corner, like, she'll get over it. She will get over it.
Not my granny. No, there are like some of the older ladies. That's gonna be me. Are you opening your gifts? I hope that nobody feels guilted if they don't. Like, you do you. I hope I'm not that type of older lady, but I do like watching it. Invite me to your house and let me watch you open them at your leisure. Or just like film it. And
maybe by then you might hopefully be over it.
What do you mean? Why would you have the newest gadgets, the newest like trinkets? And even though I'm not actively like still ever going to have another baby, I'm buying gifts for people, so I still want to stay in the know of what's out there.
Watch a YouTube video. I'm sure you can search just random Amazon registries.
You know what's so funny? I am one of the people that would be obsessed with Ryan's World. Like, why didn't I ever think to throw my kids and open up some toys? Like, people are so famous on YouTube because they're unboxing. So it's not just me. We are a whole society generation of people that like to watch other people open gifts. I feel like I'm normal.
They're children usually. I think that's like his fan base. I don't know. I guess I should Google like what percentage of Ryan's audience is adults and children.
Well, those are kids' toys, sure. So his audience, but I'm just saying people in general.
So have you found the girl on YouTube that opens up new gifts from for like new baby gadgets?
No, I shouldn't. Well, you know what? I'm actually not as interested in that because now I remember there's influencers that do like unboxing of like, their haul from Abercrombie or their haul from wherever.
Yeah, Aldi, Trader Joe's. Yeah.
Do you like watching those?
That girl who does the Trader Joe's one, I follow her, but she annoys the fuck out of me.
You should do your own.
So I do. I watch her on mute. I just want to see the products.
Her voice is a pet peeve for you.
Her face annoys me too, but...
I love that, her face.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm lucky because Missy will go to Trader Joe's and then she'll send me all the finds, so then I don't have to even worry about watching that blonde bitch do it. I just like, thanks, miss. How was it? You and Heather liked it? Okay, cool. I'll go get it.
Oh my God, that's amazing. You're a real life influencer right there.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Oh my God, that's so funny.
I know. I really wish I wasn't so annoyed with things so often.
I mean, yeah. It's a whole thing for you.
I think at this point, I am really trying. I am.
I don't believe you. You're annoyed by the girl's face. You mute her. Oh my God.
And I'm sure people maybe mute me when I talk and just listen to you.
They're like, oh, Danielle's up again. I hate that bitch. Mute. God. You go to 4 times the speed on your podcast.
God, can you imagine? Because I feel like I talk fast as it is.
I know. Sometimes I feel like we talk slow. When I listen back to it, sometimes I like going, I recently found out about the 1.5 times speed. I love that. I heard that on TikTok, you can speed it up really easily and that they want it to be on Instagram And I agree, because I want to listen to your stories. I want to hear what everyone has to say. Speed it up.
Well, get to the point.
Get to the point.
So I just don't like some of these. I'm like, okay, what are you doing? What are you making? And then it's like a minute in, I'm like, I have no clue what you're doing. I have no clue what you're cleaning or what you're trying to make. Just get to the fucking point.
You know what that reminds me of? When people listen to our podcast and they're like, what's your podcast about? They're at home. How many people are listening right now screaming out, that's you, get to the point, what's the point of the podcast today?
So at the gym, she's like, I didn't listen to Mondays yet, what's it about? And I'm like, I can't even think of the fucking title, so I have no
Life is a
idea.
Highway was last week.
Yeah, but I'm like, was trying to think about what it's about.
Why was it Life is a Highway? Did we talk about something, or you just like that song?
No, because when I put it in ChatGPT and put it the description, I'm like, what song does it resemble?
That's cute that you do that.
Yeah.
Why did they think that, though? What were we talking about that had anything to do?
I have no fucking idea. Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
we are who we are, and we're going to continue being who we are. And if you don't like it, don't listen.
If you don't like it, see ya. As
my glass is half full. Or half empty.
Here's the thing. You know that you are used to Yetis when the ice is like not still there. We've been drinking for, I don't know, maybe it's been an hour. My ice is gone. This should not happen. It wouldn't happen in my Stanley.
You should know it, but you should let Lululemon know. Their insulation's not that great. Their ice does not last more than 24 hours.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll get right on that.
Yeah. Come on, Ambassador.
That's so weird. I have a black water bottle. I wonder.
Try it tonight. See.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of our week since we talked last. High lows.
Are we going to start with high lows?
What do you want to talk about? Do you have something else?
Oh.
Have you been prepositioned to become a swinger yet?
Not yet. No.
I'm sorry.
No.
My condolences on your missed opportunity.
I love that. I love that. I did convince 2 people in my family to start the challenge, the writing something good, positive in your notebook, Pat. What was it?
Oh, yeah. And in notes in your phone, if you just write down good things that happened to me this week. Have you started it?
Oh, today's the day.
Like, we just started it today? Oh.
Yeah. But so I'm obviously that has to go at night, right? Like after your day's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, here's what I have one in my phone that says good today? Things. I wrote this the other day. It's just good things. Had a laugh with a friend on FaceTime. And this was just when I just had the laugh with them. I said, wait, that was something really that made me feel really good. Let me jot it down real quick. Then the next thing is I watched my kiddo play with his friend under the bleachers, and then my other son played basketball. Like, it was just made me feel good. It was random. It's nothing like too great, but it made me feel good. So I grabbed my phone and I thought, I'm going to put this down and remind myself that I feel good. So if I'm like, man, I have a shit week, or the weekend was horrible. No, it wasn't. I had a few things in there that made me feel really good.
I guess you got to do it when they come. So it's saying, if you start a note in your phone so that you can put good things are always happening to me, and purposely find something to add to it every day.
Aw, yeah.
So
purposely do it. You got to be mindful, intentional about finding the good things.
I love that you just said mindful, because Jay was like, Patty says mindful a lot.
I am so fucking mindful for somebody who does not meditate. I am so mindful. Listen, dress for the life you want, not for the life you've got. Exactly. So if I tell myself every day to be a little more mindful about the things I'm doing, the way I'm treating myself, people around me.
Exactly. He doesn't get it. He's not very spiritual.
Jay, come meditate. Let's.
Yeah, bigger. Yeah, cool.
I've never done it, but I feel like I'm on my way.
You're on your way. All right. Well, then, speaking of mindful and finding something positive in every day, all right. What's your high?
Too soon. Okay. I don't know. What was my high? Oh, my high was that I feel like in the past week, I have gotten a lot of clarity, which, like you ride the roller coaster. Oh my gosh, it's such a roller coaster. And last week, I was down in the dumps. Like, life was hard. I was on the struggle bus. I was tired. all like it was just, I'm a girl, so it wasn't my time, right? It wasn't my time to shine.
But
I
it was your
tired.
time of the month.
But it was, and it was horrible. Sometimes I'm fine and I don't even realize that it's happening. Last week, I was down for the count my entire, like I wasn't sick, but I was not 100%. And I felt every ounce of that not feeling great. And it was such a bummer. So then it did make me start taking my vitamins like regularly. Today was the first day that I felt like I have energy again. Probably why I made you come over tonight to do the podcast, because I was like, let's go. I'm ready. So it feels really good. I got clarity on a few things that I've been confused about, things that I want to do, goals that I want, whether they're worth it or not, just all these things.
That's good, because you were carrying your word from 2024 into 2025.
As I wrote down that my high was clarity, and then I have since in the last 5 minutes forgot that I wrote my high down. But anyways, when I was doing it, I do remember this. I was like, was my word clarity last year or this year? But no, you're right. It was last year. Never got it. And it rolled over. And now we're in March. And here we go.
That's
I had a
good.
good week. I'm going to keep it up. I feel good about this.
That's good. You're being very mindful about being giving clarity.
Good. My word of the year should be mindfulness. Being mindful about adulting.
Yes. Oh.
Jay's going to love it. You guys, we went
he
out.
also hates the word organic, too. So you're organically going to be mindful about adulting.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be really organic about it. How do I slip that word in more? Drink every time that we say mindful or organic or adulting.
Their comment and just let us know if there's other words that we say often that we just don't realize we're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Do you have a high?
Yeah. So my high was just the best. So I have been talking to, so obviously if you have been listening, you know me and my love for serial killers and documentaries and all the stuff.
Your love for serial killers.
Yeah, just watching all those movies and understanding the why.
I would say your fascination with
Fascination. Okay, that's a better word for sure. Okay,
I'm like, otherwise that explains a lot, actually.
So I don't know if you pay attention to the news, but every other week there's men being pulled out of Lake Michigan. And I've
never heard this.
You were there on my high.
Keep going.
You missed the zone out. So I told Jay, I think there is a serial killer in the city of Chicago targeting men, because usually they're like in college and they're studying to be a doctor, and then they find them in Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
So when we sat down for dinner on Saturday, and Mike goes, what about those serial killers in Chicago that are pushing those guys? I'm like,
yes.
Validation. Not only do I have validation from another person, I have validation from another man, and I have validation he's a cop.
Does it get better? Does it get better?
It doesn't. I was like...
That is great, because shove it in Jay's face.
Yeah. Eat that.
I didn't realize it was like that big of a thing that you thought.
Oh, he tells everyone at work, oh, my wife thinks there's a serial killer loose, like that I'm crazy. But there are people. They have like the crime scene thing with all the photos and news clippings and all this stuff. So mark my word, you heard it here first, folks.
I know that Jay listens. What you should do, and it would be really funny, is just like set it up in your house one day that you have off and be like, Jay, I'm really busy today. If he texts you, be like, I can't talk right now. I'm really busy. Like, let's catch up when you come home, whatever. And then have him come home and pretend like you are just in it and that you've like cracked the code and see what he does. Be like, I need to go to the police station. I've got it.
He's like, this is the day I put you in a straitjacket.
Oh, I love that. But yeah, I mean, that's interesting that you're so invested in that.
Yeah, I just finished the Diddy documentary on HBO Max.
Wait, is that current? Like, is it up to speed?
It's up to speed. Yeah.
Was it good? Any new revelations, or was it just a lot of fluff and so stupid?
No, there were a few things, like you heard from a couple girls that were victims, a guy who worked for him for a couple of years as his assistant, and the stories he told. So, like, he's definitely a fucking monster. definitely a fucking monster. And like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it's just so crazy.
Wow.
About how many, like that girl Cassie that he dated for a while, she came out with a hit, she came out with an album and then never made it. After so many times of being beaten by him and forced in freak offs and all this stuff, like she would go back and go back and go back and then finally like had enough. So it's just so sad to see people get so trapped in that like roller coaster because it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just going to push you out of my way, like black eyes, bleeding, kicked in the face, kicked in the stomach. Like there's videos from hotel footage.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't seem like a large man.
No, but they say he was on so much drugs, alcohol, pills, whatever, so he would turn into this different person. Like you never knew which person you were getting.
Dude, I don't understand that cycle of abuse. If you need help, please reach out. If you need support, reach out because we will connect. I'll do whatever I need to do to figure out how to connect you to the right resources because I don't understand that, and that is so sad. But yeah, the manipulation and when they want to pull you back in, and I'm sure, I mean, yeah, I feel like that way about any boss. You know, like you don't want to piss off your boss, whatever. Like it's scary. So then to think that these people are in power and they do have that over you, and then when you're in that situation.
But it's like he like almost preyed on people that like the chef that worked for him, like all these nobodies, you know, that were just like grateful to be around him and given the opportunity.
What did he do with the chef?
She was like losing her hair from her stress.
Oh.
He pushed her one day, and I just like, so the stories, like these people that work very closely with him, how he would scream and rage. There's another documentary on Peacock, so it'd be interesting to watch that one to see how it differed, if they've, you know, gotten different people or different angles. But
wow, that is just so horrible. I don't know why you watch that shit.
Because I'm fascinated with like, I want to understand how the brain works.
I like
that.
If
I was smarter, I probably would have gone into like science or something.
Listen, you are smart. You were just busy having fun, okay? Like, come on.
I feel like I'm smart to a certain level, but like physicist or
oh, you know,
God.
Like yeah,
but
no,
just like, you know, inventing medicines or understanding where cancer comes from or how the brain works.
Above my pay grade.
Yeah, for sure. So I always watch these things thinking I'm going to find the answer to be like, okay, this is why they did it. Mm-hmm. So they didn't show in this documentary, but another one I saw on like TikTok or something was, you know, said that the mother used to have freak offs all the time and have like a revolving door of men coming in and out of the house. And he learned at a young age to, you know, party and drugs and alcohol and random people coming in and out of his, you know, house. Because his dad died when he was like 2 years old or something.
I wonder, how did he get started? Like in the music industry?
He was an intern at Uptown Records. Oh. And then he's the one, they were having trouble with actually Mary J. Blige. And they had her signed and they just couldn't lift her music and they couldn't. And he was the one that put some beats, really cool beats behind her song and made her famous. And then all of a sudden he just blew up. Okay,
so I heard this quote and I love it. And I think of it often. That there is a doctor, I feel like I've said this before, but who cares? It's worth repeating. There's a doctor and there's like a screwed up guy, you know, junkie, whatever, homeless guy. They're brothers. And they ask the homeless junkie, why are you the way that you are? Like, what happened? You know, they're trying to figure him out, how he ended up there, blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, my dad was a loser. He's an alcoholic. You know, my mom was in and out of jail, blah, blah, blah. Then they go to the doctor and they say, how'd you end up here? You know, you've got this degree and you're so well off and you're successful. How did you end up here? He says, well, my dad was a junkie and an alcoholic. And then my mom was in and out of prison, whatever. They're brothers. They had the same exact upbringing. You choose what you do with your circumstances. I obviously understand. I'm very privileged. We have it very well where we have opportunities. And there's people that don't. But for the most part,
people don't, but everyone does have an opportunity. It might just not be as easy to obtain that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
you have to want it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think of that all the time when I'm having, a moment that I'm like giving excuses for what behaviors I'm doing. And then I think to myself, well, I have a choice. Which one am I going to go for? Which one am I listening to? Do I want to use this as an excuse, or do I want to use this part of my story as like a stepping stone and just elevate my life and my experiences and just take it to the next level? Or is this going to be an excuse? What do you want to do with it? It's totally your choice. So for P. Diddy, it's like, okay, you're obviously crazy. I don't think I'll watch the documentary.
You probably won't. But no, it is. And I love that. I mean, I saw that like meme or whatever a couple years ago about the two brothers. And like, that is just like drives me, because people say like, what is it? Nature versus nurture. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, I don't understand. Like, we grew up in the same household, but everybody takes in different scenarios and everyone perceives different scenarios different. Mm-hmm. And people have the victim mentality. Mm-hmm. And I think the people that suffer the most are the people that always have that victim mentality. Like, well, this happened to me because it's not my fault. It happened to me because my mom did this to me, my dad did this to me, or I have no friends, or I have no friends because whatever it is, the victim. And I hate the people who always play the victim. I hate them.
Well, shocking. Another thing you hate. Another thing that Danielle hates. But
wait, who do you know that loves people who play the victim?
Okay, valid.
Unless you're like a person that like just feeds off of gossip and just like drama, then you love those people because you're like, fuck, we're going to be around this person today and I'm going to have some stories to tell.
No, you're right. Nobody likes a martyr. Nobody likes just somebody that it's, for me, it's, you can't take accountability for the choices that you continue to make. And I say this a lot because I teach fitness. So I say it a lot. You're choosing what you're not changing. So whatever you're not actively changing, you are choosing. So if I want to be stronger, but I'm not putting in the work at the gym, or I really love, Pilates, but I really need to get stronger, but I'm not going to go and take that class because I'm intimidated. Like, you choose everything that you do all day long. I don't have a lot of energy. Well, what are you eating? Are you eating junk? What are you fueling your body with?
Right.
So don't say that you're tired and this and that when you're not taking your vitamins. Don't say that, you look a certain way when you're not willing to wash your face at night. It's so simple, or it can be so huge. Own your choices.
Mm-hmm. Own your truth. And if you can't own your truth, buddy up with someone who wants to tell you the truth.
Oh my gosh, seriously. Call 1-800-DANIELLE. She'll give it to you straight whether you like it or not.
Oh, I should see if that number's available.
Wait, do you remember who was that old lady that would be on the screen at night? I feel like it was MTV.
Leo?
No. It was like this
the fortune teller?
No, it was this older grandma, and she would take like phone calls about people in relationships.
Yeah, she had a column too. That column in it's at the fucking tip of my tongue.
But I was way too young to be watching her.
But I think she had a column too in like the Sun Times.
Really?
Yeah. Are you looking it up?
I'm trying to.
Fuck. Barb? No.
I want to say Rose.
No. Too bad this isn't live. I mean, okay, call her.
Seriously, huh?
No. Dear Abby? No.
Dear Abby was that thing. I'm literally saying, what old lady on MTV? Was it MTV or was it something else?
I don't even know.
But you know what she looks like, right?
She's old, right? It was like sex talk too.
It was sex talk. It was like relationship talk.
I don't know how you're having such hard time Googling this. Oh my God, it's literally at the tip of my tongue.
What am I supposed to Google to figure this out? That's the problem. If you don't even know.
Just a columnist who gave advice back in the 2000s.
Columnist who gave advice back in the 90s.
She needs to talk and text. She can't text.
It's not quick enough.
No.
Well, oh, the Love Line. Love Line?
No,
that was with the guys.
Yeah.
Love Line was great too.
That was
though.
with Dr. Drew and Jimmy Kimmel, I think.
No.
Or not Jimmy Kimmel and Dr. Drew.
Nope. I don't think so.
Click on it.
Well, no, I'm searching for the old lady. Okay, because one thing at a time.
Just wait for it.
Oh my, okay, it's not Jimmy Kimmel at all. I see the man's face. Dr. Drew Pinsky and Adam Carolla.
Oh, Adam Carolla. Okay, that's what it was.
Where's Adam Carolla today? He got me through so many relationships.
Self-help columnist.
But she was on TV. Anyways, completely inappropriate. Shouldn't have been watching when I was younger like that. But she gave really good advice. And then also, it like scared me a lot.
No, you're not even thinking of Ann Landers either.
Show me a picture of her. I'll Google her. So at home, you guys, did you ever watch those shows? Also, I only watch like Bravo nowadays. I love Bravo.
I know you do.
Have you gotten rid of your cable?
Yep, about a long time ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Do you have cable?
We pulled the plug like last year sometime, and I don't care. Like, I don't even miss it. I barely watch TV. Well, probably because my kids own the TV.
But did you ever watch, when you did have cable, were you ever watching something in like, okay, my show's on at Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'm going to go sit down and watch it?
No, and can you imagine what life was like when you had to sit down and watch it when it was on?
Yeah. Like, I made sure, like, I was home for 90210 every Wednesday. We would have, like, a watching party. People would go over to my house and watch it.
Oh,
in college, Dawson's Creek.
Oh, now all of a sudden you know Dawson's Creek?
I knew it. You weren't even singing the lyrics or the tune of the theme song.
Listen, I'm not a singer. Okay, I tried my best. What's her name? Paula Woodleaf or something? That's a hard song to sing.
Here we go again. Paula. It's not Woodley. It's not. Got another one at the tip of my tongue. Oh, fuck. We won't keep you on the line while we're researching. Paula.
Nobody cares.
Paula Cole.
Wow.
The only person that cares was Ivy. She was like kept being like, "Oh no, she was in this. She was in this show. She was in this show. She was in this show."
Oh my gosh!
Everyone else was like, "Okay, we're over it. We were over it before you even brought it to our attention."
But I'm so. Do you guys ever have like when you're listening to a story and the person's like telling you what time or where exactly the location was that they're at, and you're just like, I don't give a fuck at all.
See, it's not just me. When people are telling a story and they're like, I think it was Jack Robbins. No. No, it was Mike Taylor. Oh, no. It definitely was Jack Robbins. And I'm like, who the fuck cares? Tell me that you almost got into an accident with a guy who ran a red light. Don't care who the fuck the person is.
Jack. Oh, Mike. I could care less.
That's my fucking stepdad. He'll be like, first and last names from 1970 and introduce 17 other people into this story.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I am never getting this time back. And they said the most valuable thing you can give someone you love is your time.
Oh.
And I'm like, now I don't get that back.
But you're listening, you're giving it the time. Do you ever say when someone's told you the same story, are you ever like, oh yeah, you told me that?
I feel like we should be comfortable with doing that. I would want someone, I always say, if I had a week and I'm telling the same story, because I feel like I've had that the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if it was you or my sister or my mom, but if I told you this, just tell me. And I say that because I work with a couple people that I have to listen to all the time. And I'm like, okay, I was just trying to be really nice because it seemed like they were having a bad day. And then they went to go tell me the story again. And I think it would have been the third time I heard it. And I was like, with all due respect, I already heard the story. So let's just cut to the chase and let's just get to the point of the conversation.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have time for that.
Nobody does.
And I don't mind talking on the phone. I mean, you don't like talking on the phone. I don't mind it as much. And it's also part of my job. But I also like to speed it up too. Like if that's
You're like, listen, I'll listen to your story, but can you do 1.5 times the speed, please? You've told this
yeah,
too
if we
many
could
times.
just talk like that in real life.
Well, didn't you say that wait, you said that you feel like the world is like a simulation.
They're saying that.
So wouldn't it be wild? Are we on 1.5 speed? Did they turn us on to that? And we don't even know it?
Probably not. That's the weird part. You have no control. Just when
Wild.
you think you're going to go and do something, the remote control is taking you to the left when you want to go to the right.
That's my life.
Ever since I saw that or heard Katy Perry talk about it, I literally think about, like, who is the person that has the remote control to my life and what the fuck are they doing?
Do you think you'll ever meet him?
No, probably not.
Yeah. I mean, I just believe that we're just living. We're just living.
I know. It would be very weird if we weren't. If someone was controlling us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen, some people say, if you're listening, that you've said this to me. Some people say that they're controlling the weather now.
yeah.
Like the fires and stuff. I get the fires. That makes sense to me.
They what do you call it? They procured the whole hurricane. Those ones in Florida.
That to me is how, listen, like how?
Cloud seeding. So cloud seeding was supposed to be for farmers, right? That to help get rain on
For their
water
crops.
for the crops.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll sign up for
So
that.
I think they do these researches to try to like solve a problem. And then while they're solving a problem, they realize that they can now instill control.
God, I hate that about people.
Did you watch? You probably didn't. The new Twister movie.
No.
Oh my God, he's so hot. So just watch it. But
What's his name? No name?
it's something, I hate it. I hate it because it's such an ugly fucking name.
But he's hot?
He's so hot.
Interesting. Okay, so is any of the main characters from the first one in this one? What's that
No.
guy's name? Kevin Bacon? From the first one? No. Look-alike.
Oh, it was Jodie Foster and
The look-alike to Kevin Bacon. That's all I know.
maybe it was Kevin Bacon.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton, yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
if you're watching our YouTube thing, look-alike to Kevin Bacon, am I right or am I right? Oh, first off, it's Helen Hunt.
Oh, Jodie Foster was Nell.
Well, Jodie Foster's look-alike for sure.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Helen Hunt, where'd she go? Oh, what's that show?
Mad About You.
So good. So good.
Paul Reisner.
I was going to say
good.
Paul Rudd. Off again. Shocking.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go Twister cast. What was it, like Twister 2? What was it
No,
called?
it's just a remake. They're rebooting everything. So it's the new.
No original thoughts.
No original
We've got
thoughts. Nope, we have nothing.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah, I hate the name Glenn. It sounds
I'll
like it's
take
such an ugly name. Really?
Well, my gymnastics coach growing up was named Glenn. So I'm like biased. I just like loved him.
No, Glenn, no. Sorry.
This isn't a great photo of him, but I see how you think he's hot. You know who is really good looking that reminds me of him? The guy, oh God, I don't know the name of it. What's that one show with Mandy Moore?
Walk to Remember?
I love A Walk to Remember. No, This Is Us.
He
with
reminds
that
you of
hot guy.
Milo?
No, not A Walk to Remember. This Is Us.
No,
Isn't
I
that-
think he's so ugly. I don't find him good looking. The Manny?
Yep.
No.
The Manny. That was his show on that thing.
Yeah.
So he was actually, for anybody who watches Bravo, isn't this Bravo? Chrishell. He was married to Chrishell, who's on Selling Sunset. I think. Yeah, they were. And now she's a
You
lesbian.
can't even bring the facts.
Listen. Listen. It's been a minute. I love that show. Selling Sunset. Chrishell is now a lesbian. I think she's married. She was always a lesbian, obviously, but she's married.
Like Sophia
that
Bush.
hot- Is she a lesbian?
She's dating the soccer star, Ashlyn. Yeah.
Sophia Bush from One Tree Hill?
Yeah, she's a lesbian.
Oh my God, I love her.
Follow her on Instagram.
I'm sorry for your missed opportunity. Well, celebrity crush. Wow.
Yeah.
She was the star of that show.
Oh, for sure.
But then that one girl could sing really well. She was also
Kate Vogel.
maybe.
Oh no, Bethany Joy Lentz or whatever, who was in a cult while she was filming One Tree Hill. She came out with a book. I don't own it yet, but they say it's really good.
I don't understand cults. I don't understand how you get caught in them. I don't understand how you get out of them.
It's very hard to get out of them. Not that I've ever been in one, but I watch a lot of documentaries on them.
No. Listen, somebody took my class once, and now I go to, like, I believe in God. I go to church. I think because I grew up by Willow Creek, and everyone said that was a cult, and I'm like, no.
They still say it's a cult.
Yeah, so I don't like that word because I love what the church did for me and my life and my family or whatever. So I hate that word. Somebody took one of my cycle classes.
They said you were a cult?
She came up to me after class. She goes, I don't know what just happened, but it kind of feels like I just joined a cult. And I think she was like trying to be funny. But like, because we do, like, I'll like, we woo, we throw towels in the air, we get really excited. I'd prefer the comparison to a club. I feel like I just went out to a club, like a nightclub. Say that. But I know what she meant.
Okay. So it was a compliment.
It was a compliment. She meant it as a compliment. Yeah, thank God. Because you know what? I've gotten enough insults lately. What?
You don't watch Schitt's Creek? So I feel like I want to reference it right now.
Please do. I love this.
When Alexis... she started her PR firm or whatever, so she was trying to get all of her friends to go to this one gym and work out. And so it was like the stairway and the gateway. And so they're all on like the climber, and there's like he's talking about the gateway and just going and talking about the he. And when they're done, they're like, Alexis, we think this is like a cult. They keep talking about the gateway. And she's like, no, but I'm just gonna go and kind of clarify it. So she goes and talks to him to like clarify. She goes, okay, guys, I think this is a cult. Let's go.
I love her character so much.
So good. I can't believe that's the one you gotta watch. Like, so good.
100%.
So good. Yeah.
I do have to watch it because it truly, even the brothers and then the mom with the accent, like what?
Yeah, it's just so pieced together so perfectly with their characters.
I can't believe that they're actually father and son. David Levy and
then the daughter's there too. Twyla, who owns the cafe, she's the daughter. Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's not a main character. How rude.
She is one of the main characters.
Oh,
kind of ish.
I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
So. Huh. Well, I won't watch it, but maybe one day when I'm really bored.
I think it's on Hulu. So if you find your password.
Seriously.
Did you ever watch the show that you bought Hulu for?
Oh yeah, the Secret Lives of the Mormon Wives. Loved it.
Oh, okay. Because I feel
that
like
was a good show.
The one episode you said you got Hulu to watch it,
and then I forgot the password for a minute. Just a little PSA. I think I said on here one time that I had like gotten a subscription for Hulu to watch Super Bowl at my mom's house, and then I was supposed to cancel it.
You didn't.
I did not cancel it. I was supposed to, and then like the day after is when I literally told you, oh yeah, I need to cancel that today.
I'm not surprised though. I probably should have followed up with that, but like, hey, I know your memory sucks.
Here you go. Here's your reminder. No, and then I even told my mom, oh, I need to cancel it today, and I went to get off the phone, but then I got distracted. Shocking again. I called Hulu the next day and I said, hey man, was it a man? Yeah, it was a man. I was like, listen, I'm well aware that I was supposed to cancel this yesterday. However, if you have it in your heart to figure out how to get me my money back, because I'm not going to watch this. I said, it's not in my budget. I think it was like $70. It was a $70 subscription. I don't know, to watch live sports. First off,
every month?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know what it was.
I got a deal. There was like a special going on. I get Hulu for 99 cents a month.
Okay, well, that's okay. Who'd you call? Can I have that customer service number? No, but the guy gave me my money back. Oh. He was like, I totally understand. You missed the deadline.
Life happens.
Yeah. And I think I used the fact, I got this for my mom. I was trying to help her out.
Did you say, there was like family drama or family emergency?
He probably is like, listen, I don't care. He was like, get to the point.
He's like, it doesn't matter what you say. I'll just fucking do it.
He's like, how do I get this girl off the phone faster? But yeah, so, always just call. You never know. You never know.
You always try.
Don't always just sit there and eat the money and be like, well, that stinks. No, call.
There is that app that you like download on your phone that can tell you how many subscriptions you're paying for. Have you ever seen that? Like where they interview people like, how many subscriptions do you think you're paying for? And they're like, oh, 2, I know, HBO Max and Netflix. And then they pull it up and they're like paying for like 6 other ones. They're like, oh shit, I didn't know I was doing that.
I love that.
Because like they get you because it's like sign up. And then you get 3 months free, but then you have to remember to cancel it. Mm-hmm. And then have you ever done the food box subscriptions?
Oh yeah, like HelloFresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loved it. I miss their like all their seasoning. I mean, it was hard work, HelloFresh, because you still had to chop everything and do all the stuff. But like the way that they would pickle the onions. Listen, I'm not a cook.
Wouldn't we know that? So when you asked me, do you want to do dinner? I thought you were going to cook for me today.
Oh, dude, I did say, do you want dinner? Are you hungry? I got sourdough bagels. I told you about them. So we have to have them before you leave.
Oh, you didn't make sourdough?
I did not do this whole thing. I told you I was tired last week. Okay. The last thing I'm about to do is become a bread maker. But I enlisted a friend of mine, and she brought it to the gym to me today. Her name is Anna, and I'll just share her little cute bread page the next time that she does it, because I had half the loaf of the sourdough already today, and I'm about to have an everything bagel with you now, and it's going to be amazing. I'm going to send you home with 2 because I think I got a dozen.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll have to, because we're on our second loaf of sourdough from different bakeries. We're trying it out. Anna said she saved me some starter so I can make my own, but then she said it took her a whole day. I don't know who's got time for that.
What?
Yeah, but then Michelle said it's like the easiest thing, and Michelle stopped making it because she's like, once it comes out of the oven, you just want to eat the whole thing.
My problem. Exactly. I need one each day.
Right.
If it's there, it's fresh.
Right, even though they say if you're going to eat bread, sourdough's good because it's fermented and it's good for your gut health.
Love that for me.
Right, but then I'm like, oh, now I can eat all the bread. It's still going to make me fat.
Sure, who cares?
Yeah.
If it's good.
That was Zoe
Deschanel?
No, the black girl. She just won an Oscar. I didn't watch the Oscars, but I saw the clips. I think she was in some of the Avenger movies. She was in like A Love Story. I think she was in the one with Britney Spears. What was it? Crossroads.
I know that one, but I don't know her name.
Yeah, Zoe Zandani.
Listen, I don't know Jack, and I don't know Mike. Doesn't matter.
But she's so skinny. She's so pretty. And then she won this Oscar, and she like gave a really good speech. She was crying. She thanked her whole family. And then they were asking her like, "Oh, what are you going to go? Like, you're going to go celebrate? What are you going to go eat?" She's like, "I'm going to eat everything. I'm even going to eat gluten." And I'm like, "Oh my God, these people."
Gross. I don't understand. When I go out to eat, if you don't touch the bread, I'm like confused. I'm weirded out.
I try sometimes not to eat the bread.
It's Zoe Zaldana.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's pretty.
Was she in Crossroads?
She was absolutely in Crossroads.
Yeah.
There was a third. Oh, the girl from Orange is the New Black. What?
I thought it was Tara Manning.
The little girl?
Oh wait, no, wasn't it Tara Manning? Or not? I was thinking
it's the girl from the girl from Orange is the New Black.
The raspy voice girl?
Yeah, I think she was in 8 Mile too.
No. Huh? The girl from 8 Mile is
Brittany Murphy?
Tara Manning.
Okay.
The girl from Orange is the New Black.
They're 2 different people?
Was Natasha she was in American Pie. With the bad
teeth? Tara Manning.
Yeah, she was in the Orange and New Black. Yeah, she was.
Make me feel crazy.
Yeah. Then I was thinking of Brittany Murphy for some, God rest her soul. She was killed by Diddy and Ashton Kutcher, supposedly.
Okay.
Because of the freak-offs.
What? I heard that she was pneumonia, and then Diddy's girlfriend was pneumonia.
Kim Porter.
One of my favorite movies of all time ever was Just Married with her and Ashton Kutcher. So here's the thing. Stop ruining my life. I like to listen to Usher. I want to listen to Kanye West when I want to listen to him. I want to listen to P. Diddy and just have a good day. I want to watch my favorite rom-com from my childhood, Just Married, and I don't want to have to cancel all these people that I have to cancel. Can people just be a good person? Why is this so hard for us?
Wait till the Epstein list comes out. You're going to...
Okay. I've been waiting for 2 years. Can you just release it already? What's the build-up? This is the biggest build-up. This has been years. Release it.
It's because we have criminals working in the FBI, and they were withholding information, supposedly.
What do you mean criminals that went to these islands, or just criminals?
They're protecting the people There's people that work in the FBI that are protecting the people that are on the list, so they were withholding it.
Oh my gosh, that is so annoying. But then again, like, I'm married to a police officer and I don't get speeding tickets because of it. So I'm kind of like, I get it. But also, like, I'm speeding. That's the worst thing I'm doing.
Okay, but so this was a question. Did you see?
A listener wrote in a question.
We have so many questions. I totally forgot that we did get to that. We'll get to that next week. I totally forgot about it. I have it on my Google Sheets. I shared it with you. Didn't look at it.
Sorry.
What the fuck was I saying? Epstein. Oh. The mother of the guy who shot up the Highland Park parade. Remember that a couple years ago, 4th of July?
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
She was in the news the last couple days, and she's like, my son is innocent. Like, shouting from the rooftop that her son is innocent. So I sent it to a few family members, and I was like, can you believe this? Because we were following, the story and all that.
Right.
And my aunt's like, oh, my God, no. Like, that's terrible. And I was like, if your son was that person who literally shot up it, like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, like, are you going to defend him? Are you going to tell the world he's innocent? And she's like, no, absolutely not. I'd be sick to my stomach about the whole time. I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
But what's right is right. It's what's wrong is wrong. The Epstein. You want to go and get a prostitute that's of age and do whatever you want because you paid for it? Go. Go right ahead. But you're going to traffic children and underage children and force people against their will to do things? That's where I draw the line. I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how hot you are. I don't care any of that. That is wrong.
I don't understand quite, and I don't want to be up to speed on it. I don't know what was going on. Who was the guy? Was it Epstein who, like, would have girls come to his house in Miami? I think it was. I watched a documentary, and then I think I was like, no more.
There was also Harry Weinstein.
That's who it was. And he would have girls come to his house and, like, something about
that was
massaging.
part of the Me Too movement. That's how he would get people jobs.
Guys, what is going? Like, I just, like, it's so sick. And then when you have kids that you're raising, and then you're like, I don't want you out of my sight. My kids, they're not allowed to do sleepovers. And nobody's really asked. My boys ask every now and then. And I don't want to be annoying and be like, no, we're never having sleepovers. That's my rule. So I just, like, skirt around it. Because I feel like if I make that rule, it's going to become a thing in my household where, well, why not? And then it's going to be this big, rule that they're always going to ask about. But I'm not doing it.
That's so crazy because when we were raised, we were not allowed to sleep over at anybody's houses. And everyone thought we were weird. And I was like,
it is weird.
Fight my mom all the time. I'm like, everyone's having sleepovers. She's like, I don't care. I'll pick you up at midnight. I'll pick you up at 1 a.m. You're not sleeping over. We weren't allowed to sleep over. You're not allowed to sleep over. We have these rules. And I just thought it was just so ridiculous. And maybe now thinking back, like, maybe it still goes the same way. But yeah, I agree. I wouldn't let my kids sleep over somewhere. You can't control that atmosphere.
I think that until you've heard or experienced something bad that happened at a sleepover, and once it does, you will literally move a freaking mountain before anybody that you cares about is put in a vulnerable situation at a sleepover. So, I mean, the world is so sick. You can't control everything, but you can try, and then bad stuff's still going to happen. You just hope and pray that, you have your wits about you and that your kids are raised right and that we all can just make better choices.
Do you let them have sleepovers here? Are they allowed to have friends sleep here?
The only person that we've ever had here was a cousin. Yeah. And it was great.
Right, but if they wanted a friend to sleep here, would you allow a sleepover here?
I mean, I think I would honestly have to be like, the door's open. I don't know, because I have 3 boys and 2 of them share a room. And I also know that, older kids, when you can always tell the youngest kid in a family. So, like, my boys that have friends, I'm like, you're not the oldest because you are very mature. And then you're friends with my oldest and you're making my oldest mature faster because, you have older siblings. You grow up faster.
Right.
You see their boyfriends or they're this. You're just in a different, you're not talking about Bluey with your 4-year-old brother because you're not the youngest, So, yeah, it's interesting.
Wow. Well, it makes me feel a little, even though now I understand why, but I thought we were the only people that weren't allowed to have sleepovers.
The kids that weren't allowed to when we were younger were weird.
Were you allowed to as kids to have sleepovers?
Yeah. Yeah, we were. Oh my gosh. Truthfully, I hate it because some of my best memories were at sleepovers, but at my house. And they were in high school with my girlfriends. Me and my girlfriends still talk about. We would wake up the next day and just just the memories, the laughs. It was always so fun to wake up with your best friends. So that's cool, but doesn't have to happen when you're young. It can happen your senior year of high school and you still have those memories.
Right.
And you're a little bit older and just a little bit hopefully smarter. Just wait. It's like nowadays parents are so worried about giving their kids cell phones. Worry about the sleepovers. Worry about the fact that you don't know where your child is all day long.
Right.
They're at their friend's house. Who's their friend's neighbors?
Who's their friend's dad or mom? Everyone puts on a nice facade.
I know. No, it's crazy.
No, it's probably a good thing you don't watch what I watch.
It is. I know. My mom says all the time. She's like, listen, you're a mom. I get it. You don't want to know all this stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't. I won't sleep at night because of it,
Yeah, no.
But who knows? Maybe I'll hit up a documentary tonight after the kids are in bed. Okay, we haven't even said our lows. Do you even want to? It's so long into this.
I think we did a good job of today, and I feel like it was a good episode. We didn't talk about anything we wanted to talk about, but we talked about some good stuff.
Oh my God, we had a whole thing.
See, that's what happens when you hang out with us, and then you add a White Claws on top of it.
Next week, you'll hear what we wanted to talk about this week.
Maybe. No. So maybe everyone just don't think of your lows this week. Just find the highs.
Yes, I love that. Have a good week, everyone.
And we're going to keep being us so you can keep being you. Bye.
Bye. Cheers.